Hello, everybody. We're in fits of giggles. Welcome, everybody, to our off season of What Happens in the Woods. I'm Jessica, and this is What the Fuck Wednesday. It's been a whole 12 days since we ended our first season of What Happens in the Woods, and I know that everybody missed us. Everybody has missed us so much.
Of course they have.
We're just so entertaining and so important. But honestly, I kind of missed it too. So it was a nice little break, but I'm ready to get going again. We're kind of excited to get into this next adaptation of the podcast. So here we are. Bryce is out of town. As you may have guessed, that was not his voice.
No, my name is Bryce.
So I have a couple guests with me. So my oldest daughter, Mara, who helped me out with the Spokane serial killer episode.
Hello, everybody. I'm back.
It's your girl.
Coming at you.
And then I have my youngest daughter, Olivia, who has done some intro work for us.
Hi, I'm the 12-year-old who does your promos.
She's not really 12.
Not 12.
I just want to put a disclaimer out here. All of my children are adults.
It's not child labor.
It is not child labor.
Just sound it. It's okay.
So if you hear a cuss word or something come out of somebody else's mouth, everybody is legally 18 and able to cuss. And that's the way that works. All right. So a couple things before we start in. Just another huge thanks and appreciation for listening. We recently hit over 1,400 downloads.
Wow.
I mean, to me, that's just kind of phenomenal because back in February, we were getting like 10, 15 downloads and we were like, wow, who are these people? Like, we don't even know that many people. And then, people started listening to us in Australia and that was mind blowing.
And now you're just famous.
Now we're just worldwide. So, kind of phenomenal. And then the Green River Killer episode, which is our second episode, has over 300 downloads alone. I know that's a pretty big story up here, but just the fact that 300 separate people have listened to it, just kind of...
It's pretty big.
It's big.
Imagine if they were all in this room right now. Just watching you.
I don't want anybody to bump into me accidentally, so please 6 feet of distance. I'm not trying to be touched.
Oh, yeah. 6 to 10 feet, please.
Yes. Please, just continue to share us with your friends, your coworkers, family, your enemies. I mean, I don't care. Listens or listens. You don't like somebody, tell them to listen. Maybe they'll learn something. I don't know. Also, still give us feedback on iTunes or Google, wherever you can leave a review, please do so. And if you want to support us, you can head to our anchor.fm/WHITW podcast. Click the link to support us monthly. You can start with as little as like 99 cents a month or as much as $9.99. I mean, we just are asking for any little bit of support you guys can give us in whatever forms. So by no means am I out here pandering and everybody's going to have to start paying me, but it would just be amazing. I mean, we're going to do it regardless.
You don't have to pay me, but pay me.
We would love to be able to do more with the podcast, and we've invested in quite a bit of equipment to be able to do new things. So yeah, I mean, financially it costs money to do this stuff, but like I said, we're still going to do it regardless. If we have entertained you in any way, shape, or form, please just let us know and show support. And
pretty please.
With cherry on top.
And maybe some sprinkles.
And some sprinkles. So we're here to talk about weird stories that may have you saying WTF. Are you guys ready? Are you ladies ready?
Let's get in formation.
I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize now. The whole podcast is going to be like this because we're crazy.
A little bit.
Yeah. If you're expecting Bryce to come in with, okay.
Mm-hmm. Don't roast him like that.
I roast him every time and he knows it.
Do.
I do.
Give the man a break.
I can't.
He's good with the technical stuff.
Yes.
But the feedback is just,
He does his best. He's trying his best.
I'm sorry. And I just completely shit on him. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I love you, honey. I love you. So I'm going to start off with this story from local area, Seattle. So back in 2011, news of a real life superhero broke after a masked avenger stopped a car robbery and possibly worse from happening.
Oh,
Get ready.
he out here, or she.
He, she, they, and them.
Yes.
So a gentleman was on his way to his car late at night, parked like in a parking lot, as you do.
Oh,
Wow.
And he actually walked up to somebody trying to jimmy into his car. And then he said from out of nowhere, this self-made superhero known as Phoenix Jones intervened and saved the day.
is that like actually his name?
So no, it's not. That's
Okay.
his superhero name is
okay.
Phoenix Jones. So yeah, the guy's trying to call 911. This guy in a Batman suit basically pops out of nowhere and stops the robbery, right? And
Can't say I'm surprised for Seattle.
no, not at all. But it's actually, so I'll get to that. So Phoenix Jones, which he's a Seattle-based superhero that until a few years ago led a group called Rain City Superheroes. So his backstory, where things kind of started, begins with a couple of incidents. The first was when a friend of Jones was assaulted and left with permanent facial damage at like a bar fight. I don't know if the guy started the fight. Or the friend. I don't know if he started the fight. I don't know like the particulars of the fight, but it left him permanently damaged, which sucks. And then there was an incident where Jones and his son were walking on a street back to their car that was parked. He noticed that one of their windows had been smashed in, like all to hell, and the car had been broken into. Somehow his son like slipped on the glass, or he tripped, or I'm not sure exactly. He ended up getting his leg cut up pretty badly, like bleeding pretty badly.
Oh my gosh.
And just kind of started this thought, I guess, in this guy's head. Like, why is this kind of stuff happening and the police don't come and, like, they're not around when this stuff happens? So these are like petty crimes that lead to bigger things, but it's never caught. So he stated in an interview that it was a nightmare trying to deal with the insurance for his car and get his kids' medical bills covered. And basically nothing covered the incident. He was having problems with that. And he said his son had like huge fears that this could happen again. His son was pretty little. He kind of felt like he needed to do something about it. So because of that, his alter ego, Phoenix Jones, was born.
Alter ego.
Alter ego.
So now I'm a superhero.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
I mean, you do you. As long as you're happy, bro.
So he was quoted in 2013 as saying, and quote, "Have you ever seen something that you thought was wrong or not fair, that you wanted to change, and then you just thought about it for days or weeks? I don't stand by and watch things happen that are wrong. When I see it, I fix it. Does that make me crazy?" End quote.
I just want to know, like, does he, like, just walk the streets until, like, something happens? Or does he have, like, cameras around the city?
Trouble is afoot.
So Jones and his group would like routinely walk the streets. Yes. They're helping people with all sorts of things, sometimes not even crime related, sometimes like helping people push cars that weren't working out of the, that had stalled out of the road, handing out meals to the homeless people in downtown Seattle, which is everywhere. I mean, you can't go anywhere without, which major cities have that problem. That's something that they would do. They would break up fights and they would assist in restraining people until cops could come and take them away.
The thing about that is, I feel like you don't have to call yourself a superhero because you can just do those things and just be nice and do that.
But shouldn't that just be, like, human decency to, like, help people out?
That's what I'm saying.
Not, like, go as far as, like, hey, I'm going to go stop someone who's breaking into your car. Like, I'm going to go fight them like a superhero. But, like, I would do that.
I'm throwing hands in the name of...
in the name of justice.
Yes.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think in their case, they were looking for, to be anonymous. They wanted to do this not for recognition. So they didn't want it out there necessarily. They wanted people to recognize. And the other thing is, too, I think when you are dressed as everybody else is dressed, you seem like you're in the mix of things. If you are trying to take control of a situation, you are going to want to have some sort of appearance that people take notice of. You know what I mean? That's why people wear uniforms.
So he wears a Batman costume.
I mean, it's essentially a Batman costume. It was black and yellow, not as all over. What covered his chest would stop a knife. I don't know about a bullet, but it was like Kevlar.
I mean, respect, but
I just don't know how you move around and do that stuff. I don't know. So, unfortunately, it wasn't long before Jones was in some legal trouble. Oh. He actually had to unmask himself before authorities threatened that they would. Oh. Right?
Like, why is that such a big deal? He's actually helping you out.
Yeah, the police kind of have like a issue with him and the group. So
cry about it.
Right.
During an altercation in 2011, like right when this started, actually, it was not long after he formed this group and he started doing this. Jones was arrested for excessive use of pepper spray, which was the beginning of a very long love-hate relationship with Seattle police. They kept his suit of tactical gear and basically told him to knock it off. Like, we're taking your gear, go home, let us handle our job, you go home and sit tight. And he just was not deterred. He was like, yeah, I'm going to get a new set, and I'm going to be out on the street, and you ain't going to tell me shit.
Phoenix Jones, you can't stop me.
Yeah. But because they had threatened to take his identity and make it known, he revealed himself. So this guy actually turns out to be MMA fighter Ben Fodor. And he vowed to keep patrolling the streets even after his identity was released. He knows shit. Yeah, he kind of does.
He knows.
So that's the thing. Like, the people in this group have some sort of like military background, police training, or mixed martial arts, or any type of martial arts.
Why are the police so mad? That's what I don't get. Like, they have background for this. It's not like they're just like children out the streets playing like dress up. Like, these dudes actually know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I understand, like, yeah, it's a little bit dangerous for you because you're not in the force, but then it's also like human decency.
But he used so much pepper spray.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's...
Is that even like a legal reason, like an actual reason?
Yes, because pepper spray, I mean, when you use it, yeah, you use it to deter somebody, but if you like keep spraying it, they could die. Like, if you just keep spraying it on people.
You attacked me. It's not my fault.
Nobody attacked him. He was breaking up an altercation. But the problem with it is he misread the situation from what it looks like. He was breaking up something, but he should not have gotten involved. So it wasn't what it looked like to him. So then it ended up when the police came that he actually had done more harm than good. And that's the problem with this type of like roaming streets and trying to solve things. You don't know exactly what's going on unless you see it from beginning to end and you know these people.
Yeah.
How do you know what's really going on? You can come up on a fight and you think that you're aiding the person who needs to be aided. Maybe you're aiding the wrong person. Maybe, the person who's getting beat deserves to be beat. I'm just saying. Like, maybe they're getting their ass whooped for a reason.
Well, damn.
I don't know. Some people need their ass whooped.
Karma's a bitch sometimes.
It really is. All right. So for the most part, Jones and his group are considered heroes in the local area for a while. Like, people on the street recognize them. There's footage of them being like, yeah, that guy's dope. We see him all over. That's really cool that he comes out and he does this and is, with the group of guys. And there was one lady. They had a mixed assortment of people. And people were for it. Like, they were like, yeah, hey, we recognize him. It makes us feel safer. And there's like YouTube videos you can watch. They made national news. There's even an ESPN Sports Center short, like, retrospect done on Fodor, because he was in MMA, like 5 years ago. And he even has a Wikipedia page.
So he made it.
He made it, right.
If you're on Wikipedia, you made it in life.
Right. Eventually the group disbands. It's not really clear if anybody is patrolling as a superhero now.